Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Online Creators Association's Monday night live stream. Tonight, TikTok's up to its bullshit again, and we're going to talk about it. We have Cecelia and Argit with us tonight. Why does it do this? Why does it think that's the default? And we're going to be talking about 10-minute video. Now, I got the notification, so now I know that it's not like somebody just being awful and photoshopping the worst possible notification.
No, we all got the notification. That was my favorite part of being on TikTok today, was seeing all of my mutuals being like, 10 fucking minutes?
10 minutes.
There have been a couple of people who have said like, oh, I will actually use this. And I want, because I know them and I like them, I want to tell them like, hey, this feels like a bad choice. Don't do this to yourself. You will not be getting paid particularly well for this video. If you're going to post 10-minute videos on TikTok, first of all, you have to put a warning up top. Just brace the audience. Because if they like you, they'll save it and come back later. It's the same thing with 3-minute videos. But second of all, cross-post it onto YouTube. Because you have the potential to get monetized on YouTube. And you know what? The payout rate is going to be way better there than we know it is on TikTok. So just keep that in mind if you decide to abuse this feature by using it at all. I just don't.
Yeah.
We're talking about this, but like, can you imagine just scrolling through TikTok as you normally would? It's a 1-minute video. It's a couple of 15-second haha funny jokes, and then 10 minutes deep dive. Let's go. Like, I'm not prepared, and that's not how I want to be fed that length of content.
Yeah, no, I've gone back to 59 seconds because 3 minutes is too much for the kind of content I do.
Even when I do 3 minutes, it's because I'm mostly making it for myself, and more often than not, it is a wrap up of a very like long, complicated situation that I end up saving and putting on Instagram for like other people, for IGTV, for like other people, for me. It is never like for an audience. It's mostly so I have the documentation in one place. And also the Snape Wives video. But that was me abusing it. Because I said the second I get 3-minute videos, I'm going to make the worst possible thing I can, and that was the worst possible thing I could make.
You know, the Snape Wives, you commenting on Snape Wives did immediately make me understand the use case for 10-minute video on TikTok. You remember how, like, even after TikTok or YouTube changed the way the site worked, videos were still mostly like 20 minutes long, because how the fuck long are you going to spend watching a YouTube video? And you know how, like, Sarah Zed and Jenny Nicholson make videos that are like 2 to 3 hours long that are just them talking at the camera and people watch the whole things?
Yeah.
There are gonna be people who are interesting enough that like people will watch them for 10 straight minutes. Like, that's not going to be a thing that exists. It's just there's going to be so much more really bad use of 10 minutes.
Like, I can see a use case for myself of doing an extremely compressed, full plot point by plot point summary of Supernatural for people who haven't seen it. I think that would be very fun for me, and I think it would be just wild enough of a 10 minutes, because it's 15 seasons of bullshit and they jumped the shark for like 10 straight seasons, that like every new plot point is an adventure. So like I could see the use case there. Would I expect anyone to watch that? No. I would assume someone would download that video and take a break at some point, because they're like in the mood for watching TikToks, and once you get to 1 minute, it's like, I need a timeout.
Yeah, we're gonna need a watch later button.
I would love a watch later button.
Going crazy.
I would genuinely love a watch later button, even for 3-minute videos now.
Which does anybody else have the collections for favorited videos yet?
I finally got that recently. I have been sorting my favorited videos.
Oh, I love
have
it so much.
about 300 videos left to sort.
Me too. I spent 2 hours straight, and I'm like, I need a break.
I have spent like 2 hours straight on multiple occasions. There were over 1,000 videos in my favorites.
Oh my god.
See, I have such a very, very I have very specific criteria under which something enters my favorites. And periodically I go back and I watch my favorites, and things are removed that do not continue to meet the criteria of every time I watch it, I am given immense joy.
Right.
Like sometimes I put things in my favorites, they don't last. They were good for that time, but I watch them later, it's still not great.
Well, I keep putting them there as my like to-do list in addition to like oh, this is funny. I would like to pull on this for whatever again at some point. And then I just forget that, or which one is which. Then I have to sit there and keep rewatching it. So this is great because now I've got 20 things in my to-do list. Lots of funny stuff. Lots of all organized. And I'm just like, I'll finally be more organized when I finish organizing them, because I never ever went back to the favorites to just go back. And then like, yeah, half of them are removed. And I'm like, I also wish if it's removed, remove it from my favorites. I shouldn't have to be met with disappointment that it's gone.
Mourn the loss of the video you can't remember.
Gay Panic Hal. Yeah, I've heard that, about a few people who've had this problem, that they had the folders feature and then it went away. I've also recently heard from one creator who has lost the ability to favorite videos altogether. Like she can still access her favorites, but she can't add new things to her favorites.
Limited time offer only.
I still would be interested to know if they tried reinstalling the app, because that definitely sounds like one of those. It's not going to be a problem. And then yet here we are today, we get 10-minute videos rolled out, and then what was it? People couldn't. There's like 3 features that are struggling today, and I'm like, sounds like TikTok. They roll out a new feature, everything else breaks. It's not even related to it.
The best part is that when you actually look at the videos, like when you go to record in the app, you actually can't record a 10-minute video in the app. You have to record a 10-minute video and upload it to the app.
I mean, that was true of 3-minute videos when they started too.
Yeah.
I was an early access user for 3-minute videos. They gave me that power quickly.
They gave me, when I got 3-minute videos, I got a notification saying you can upload 3-minute videos if you like make them out of app and put them on the app. But I didn't have like the 3 minutes option in the links, which, by the way, why is there a feature to decide in advance how long you're going to talk? Like, why does it not just keep recording?
Give me the upper limit so I can edit it down.
Yeah, like if I record 17, like if I want to record a 15-second TikTok and then I find out in the course of making it that actually I've got 17 seconds worth of stuff to say, why do I have to start over?
It's a workshop.
Because that's the TikTok way.
This is why I never select anything other than 1 minute. Because either I need to fucking wrap it up by the end and I can't give myself that extra time, or I find out I have 16 seconds worth of material for a 15-second time slot. And I just got tired of like workshopping the joke over and over again and getting cut off, only to realize that like I should have just done this from the goddamn get-go.
And like, why don't we just have like that setting? Like I would like to default to like 3-minute videos just because I never know how verbose I can be.
Why, when I am recording a 15-second video, can't I just say, boop, click it over
Continue.
1 minute?
Yeah.
Why?
Why does it even need to be a toggle? Like when you make a 1-minute video, they put like a line on the timeline to show you like this is where you're crossing 15 seconds. Why can't it just like be when you go and record a TikTok, they have indicators for where you're at?
Which this is one of those reasons why I'm just like, they just outsourced like 90%, if not all of their their actions, because they'll say to the developer, here, I would like for a person to only be able to record 15 seconds. To hell with any additional context or any ability to like work with other features in the app. Just this is what they do, and they tunnel vision it because it's what developers do. I'm not trying to poo-poo developers, but it's like if you are told do this one thing, you do precisely that one thing, even if it's not what they want, but it's what they asked for. Which I get it. It's annoying, but I get it. So it's like, yeah, if you want them to do that, you have to have that whole conversation with them, and then go on from there. And it's a lot. But like, yeah, just let me do 3 minutes by default, because I'm always like, yeah, I'll get this done in like 25 seconds, and then I lose the plot.
It's never the right amount of time. It's never. Anyway, there's that.
Right.
Like why can't I edit a stitch?
Oh, I looked also. Comments, people were commenting today, and their comments would just disappear. They were not removed for content violation. They were not whatever. I think that and the recurring profile picture not showing up glitch that was happening last week was the precursor to this change this week. So now we know why all that shenanigans through the past week. They pushed a little red button.
One of my mutuals sent me a mutuals, and like someone I know in real life sent me a message with like, why did you delete my comment? And I was like, I didn't delete your comment. You just said something about the 10-minute videos. And I went and I looked, and the comment was gone. So I know TikTok was in fact eating comments today. Do not be offended if it seems like your friend might have deleted your comment.
Yeah. No, TikTok just reversed Uno that shit for no reason.
Anyway,
the other thing
someone in my comments called it skinny YouTube, and I can't get it out of my head, and I get so mad when people are funnier than me on my own posts.
Yeah.
I need to go pin that comment when we're done.
We also found out that there is now, if you hit that, if you have access to the repost button, which I still don't, I'm a little salty, you can now unrepost.
That was always the case.
I don't, but nobody knew about it. Well, we were talking about
I did. It was in the videos that I made about it.
We missed it. Well, apparently it was definitely missing for some people. Somebody noticed it today. I still don't have the button, so I
when I saw somebody posting that they had that ability, I asked for clarification, because I was hoping what they meant was it is now possible to go to a video you have reposted on a user's page after you've left that video, and then access the fact that you'd reposted it and remove that. Because right now you can't. You can only undo the repost while you were still looking at the video as it came up on your FYP.
I'm actually, my current favorite thing about reposts is that I get told when someone reposts my video. Don't know what video, don't know who. But you got one. Good job. I'm not going to show it to you, but it's there.
Like those mysterious notifications talking about how your video has been translated to another language that I keep hearing other people talk about.
Yeah,
no clue where, no clue which video.
So usually it does tell you. It tells you the language, and it tells you the location. It does. It usually does tell you,
but not the video.
But not the video.
So like somebody in Peru.
Hey, Ray.
Yeah, someone in Peru it will tell you someone in Peru translated your video into Spanish, and you'll be like, great, which one? And they're like, it's a fucking mystery, and you don't know if the translation's accurate. Bye. They could make me say anything, I wouldn't know. Because they don't tell you what video it is. Anyway,
there's a whole community in Latin America who are convinced that your content is all Snape wife advocacy.
Yeah. There was a brief time in which because for some reason the dark mark tattoo video has circulated around the globe. There was a brief period of time in which it seemed very popular in Brazil, because everyone I clicked, they were commenting in Portuguese, And I recognized it as Portuguese, and I would go to their profiles, and like a couple of them would have like a Brazilian flag. I was like, oh, I guess we're talking about this in Brazil now for some reason. Don't know what happened there. And recently somebody translated it into Portuguese. I was like, that Brazilian fan base is really coming through for me. I'm very proud of them. I don't know what video it was they translated, but thank you guys. I don't understand, and I don't pretend to understand.
Because that's one of those weird things too, because it's like I've heard of other creators, of course on other platforms, never here, that they do have somebody to consistently do translations of like all of their videos into another language, doesn't matter which one it is, you know, so they're like, I don't really understand why I'm popular over here in a language that I don't speak, in a community that I'm not connected with, but I'm glad that I'm here for them.
And you said it doesn't matter what it is. I was like, I just immediately imagined somebody hiring a translator to translate all their videos, and they just pick whichever language they're feeling that day.
Babelfish, that's right. I've got Babelfish over here. Just roll a D100 every single day.
But yeah, I know the last 6 were into French, but I've been practicing my Mandarin, and I want to give it a crack for this one.
This would I can just hand it that. My friend Hannah could do that for me. It would be like today's Polish. It's fun. Nice. Yeah, my friend Hannah could handle that one. She'd be like, I don't know. I was just like interested in practicing my Arabic, but tomorrow will probably be Mandarin, and we'll just mostly rely on Farsi. Okay, great.
It's like the only person I know for sure that did that for a good long while, because Binging with Babish did that. He's got another secondary channel, the Binging con Babish. But I think they kind of gave up on it last I checked, but I don't pay attention to it too much because I don't want to watch this content in 2 languages. I'm going to pick my native language over my secondary one, especially when I've got my favorite YouTube cooking show to watch still is De Mi Rancho a Tu Cocina. Just this sweet little abuela down in Mexico, just cooking her little heart out. It's the best thing ever.
Yes, I will watch the hell out of that.
Yes.
The way in which YouTube really filled the Food Network shaped hole in my life as an adult is really underrated.
Oh my God, me too. Because it's just like, I got really excited because 2 people that I used to watch for the cooking content are now here on TikTok too. I'm like, oh, that reminds me, I should go catch up.
Have you guys seen Dan Olson's video on the politics of food content?
No.
I'm gonna grab it and drop it in chat. It's really good.
I was just gonna say, I'm not sure that I know who that even is.
Holding Ideas.
That sounds a little.
It's the video is called "Cooking Food on the Internet for Fun and Profit."
Did he perchance put this out after the Bon Appetit collapse / scandal? Because I
don't think so, because he has nice things to say about Bon Appetit in the video.
Oh no.
Like I think it was like pre-scandal.
Yeah.
Like not like he.
It didn't age well. It's okay. Happens.
I mean, that's not like a major theme. Yeah. It's just like there's a bit line somewhere in it where he's like, yeah, they seem like nice people, but like they also have a lot of money because they have an organization backing them.
I'll watch the shit out of that.
But yeah, one of the great things he talks about, it's really like interesting to examine, is the assumptions that people make going into cooking instructions for what the audience already knows and what needs to be explained, because he illustrates it in a couple really great ways. My favorite being explaining how to prepare a can of Coke. And the instructions are, so you take the Coke and you position it so that this little thing here, it's called a tab, is upright. And then you hook your finger underneath the tab and pull. And that's about it.
Good job.
I immediately have 2 thoughts about that too. I remember when How to Basic was the pinnacle of YouTube food humor.
Oh my God.
A good show.
I also remember when they hit 10 million viewers and they had all these shit posts about it. And then there was a recipe that Babish did a tribute to, and he said nothing. He did not say a word about it, which he didn't say anything about it. So he just threw a random egg in this thing that he was making. And so many people to this day on the subreddit are like, what is that extra thing that he puts in there? Like, is it this? I'm like, y'all are overthinking it. And it's an Easter egg. Literally.
It's an
Anyway.
Easter egg, children. It's fine.
I kind of want to get Easter eggs now and just like hide them in the background when I do videos that have complicated backgrounds.
Should. People love that. People love that so much. Or like if you find a single catchphrase, like, oh my God, if it, like he had no idea too, right? Like that tiny whisk. It's now the mascot for the subreddit and the Discord.
Like, here's the thing. It would be true to like everything you've ever done. Absolutely like the long game. Like that would be you playing the long game. Is you would do it enough times that eventually somebody would see it. And eventually someone would bring it up in the comments. But it would be like months down the line for that payoff.
I have thought of how I want to do it. You know how I'm always standing in the same position in front of my whiteboard?
Yeah.
And you know how there's always like half the whiteboard that I'm covering up?
Yeah.
I could make an egg sticker and put it on that half of the whiteboard.
Shut up.
And then just like at some point, I'm going to be positioned in a way that like it's possible to see some of the egg.
And some asshole in your audience is going to be like, is that an Easter egg?
Yep.
And they'll have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That also makes me think of that one person who did like one of the most epic long game Rickrolls. I don't know if you ever heard about this person, but they told no one. And they posted one video a day. First one begins with the word never. Second video the next day, gonna. Next day, give. Just so they did each word of the Rickroll. In order for like 300 days.
Jesus Christ.
It was amazing. It was amazing. I don't remember who it was, but I was just like, I wish, like, that's so clever.
That's dedication.
Nikhil Clayton made a like 100K or some number milestone video celebrating by getting like 50 people on comic book TikTok to make videos that are just like them saying one word, and it like cut together is a Rickroll. And after he posted it, his next like 3 videos were just like saved drafts about him feeling increasingly guilty because he wrote like whole sketches for all of these people and they really put their heart into it.
Oh my God.
And there were people who like improvised and went off script and like it was good. They made good content, but he had to tell them to do it by the script so that the word was in there.
Whoops.
There were costumes.
So here's the thing. I know you actually went above and beyond for me because you like me. I'm going to need you to pull it back because I am about to just butcher the nice content that you made me.
I love that.
I love that. It's beautiful. So anyway, 10-minute videos, you guys.
Yeah.
Looping back around.
You can get like whole recipes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Crochet TikTok's really excited. I am too.
Someone said in my comments, you know, like, oh, you know who should use this is all those goddamn home renovation accounts, and you know who won't use it? All those goddamn home renovation accounts.
Smash that subscribe button. See you for part 7.
I will not. I will come across you randomly when you're 10 steps ahead of me. I will not subscribe because I know you're just stringing me along. Show me the before and after. I don't care about the in between.
What the only place that I think I have actually subbed to as far as home renovations go is the Elm Street house person because she just is always like
she's also making content.
Mm-hmm.
and she's doing things.
I'm
It's
so excited
entertaining.
to see what it's like when it's done. I love the backstory too, because apparently her dad was friends with the people who owned the house when he was a child.
Sir.
And so they walk in there. He's like, "This is the first time in 40 years that I've been in this house," and I'm just kind of like, "Wow."
Sir. Hi.
Who's feeling just a little bit dramatic today?
Hello.
It's okay, puppy.
Max is fine, and I need everyone to know that he's fine, but I was not paying enough attention to him, so he needed to walk in between me and the thing I was looking at. And this is also a fun time to note that sometimes when he gets like this, he's like, no. We're having a great night on stream, everyone.
Was that the cats?
That was the cats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to go check
I
on
got
what it
dishes
was?
to do later. Get out of the sink. I'm gonna try to fetch them again.
Welcome to the TOCA stream. We're very professional adults with very professional setups where we never have to worry about anything. Yeah, here's the thing. Okay, so trying to be on a topic. The thing with 10-minute videos is that there are applications. Like, we got off track because we were talking about food tech. There are applications for this. Mm-hmm. One, I don't think any user, not a single one, no matter how much they love you, is going to get hit with a 10-minute video on the For You page and stick around the whole time. There's going to come a point where they're going to like it and come back to it later. They're going to realize it's a much longer video and just scroll past. A number of people have said, like, I will block people out of spite if I see them make a 10-minute video and it comes up on my For You page. I don't care if I've never seen them before. I will block them on site.
Yeah, there's honestly a possibility that I'll unfollow people over this, because when I see my mutuals videos, I even if I don't care enough to actually want to watch it, I try to sit through it because I don't want to damage their analytics, and I can already feel myself feeling obligated to watch a video and needing to get 4 minutes into a video before I remember, oh, I don't actually need to do this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We were half chatting about too, it would be nice, especially if they do want to keep pushing longer form content possibilities on this app. There should be the standard For You page that we're all familiar with, and then there should be a separate one for the longer format content because of exactly this. I mean, they would never.
Yeah.
But it's needed.
Again, someone joked in my comments today about why would I be surprised with a 10-minute video on the For You page when I could go to YouTube and pick which 10-minute video I want to watch. And that wouldn't be a bad model if you have the For You page still, if you have the following stuff still, if it's all that endless scroll. People would click over to see the longer form stuff if they wanted to.
Maybe the reason they're trying to seed FYF as the way we refer to the For You page is so that they can reserve FYP for You Plus, the For You feed for long videos.
If they're going to do For You Plus, it's going to be some sort of freemium bullshit.
For the low price of $15 a month, you can watch longer TikToks.
This is the end game. Yeah. This is the pay-to-play end game of TikTok. For You Plus, it's all SpawnCon.
I will say, though, that the reason that I think that the same advantage on TikTok at every other point, having to actually choose content on YouTube is a tedious cognitive task. And it would be easier for me when I'm just looking for something to watch, if rather than going to the homepage on YouTube and looking at the things they've recommended me and deciding which one I want to watch, if it just started playing a video and then I could just hit no if it's not a video I want to watch, and do that until I don't want to stop.
That would absolutely make me want to die.
Isn't
I
there?
truly like I understand like the task, but like I have the days where I know that people I watch have uploaded something. So I'm going to YouTube specifically. Hi, what are you doing anymore? Going to YouTube specifically to get like that content. And then if I'm putting something on to have something on, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes it's just like 3-hour long tutor history videos of which I know all of the information already and I don't even need to look at it. These are my only YouTube categories. I don't think I ever make much of a decision on YouTube other than which of the content creators I follow am I watching first. I just go straight over to subscribed.
Yeah, sometimes I just like feel too tired to bother trying to watch what is obviously a very thoughtful and detailed video.
Yeah, but that's what's like scrolling endlessly through TikTok is for. Nothing has thought there. It's fine.
I
Grieving.
I think my point here is that the feeling that it's not that I don't feel motivated to bother trying does not necessarily mean that I am in a place where I wouldn't enjoy that content.
That's true.
Like sometimes it's just like an executive dysfunction thing. I just can't get myself to the place where I want to make the decision to do the difficult cognitive task of watching an in-depth video.
It would be interesting if you had that kind of interaction with the page of like, no, not this today. And it didn't take that into it. Because my fear would be like, you would say, no, not this. And then TikTok would be like, and you're never getting this again.
Yeah, no, I think one thing that like TikTok's algorithm is really good, but there's going to be a better algorithm someday. And one of the things it's going to do is track affect and mood and have like different variations on your profile based on how it feels like you're feeling.
Oh, I know you're right. And I hate that.
Hmm.
I know you're right. I would love it in practice, but like intellectually, I just very much hate that. I know there will be an app in the future where it's like it's gauging how I'm feeling, and it's gonna like give me some video, and I'm gonna be like, oh, am I this sad today? It's like that is the fear.
I mean, what I really want is just a video, is just a platform, because I think it's going to be machine learning based. So I don't think it's going to understand which things are emotions and which things are like preferences. I mean, maybe there's not actually a meaningful difference between those things, but
That's the algorithm.
like,
we're watching it in action right now. Sorry to like completely blurt over you, but that's honest. That's what this is. You're right.
Right, but like one of the things that I would really like to see is like it being able to tell whether I am in the emotional space of wants to see Let's Plays, or like it getting the hang of the idea that like if it gives me 30 videos about X in a row, I'm gonna watch all of them and then I'm gonna be sick of that for 2 months.
I love that. It still does raise the potential of, oh, am I this sad? Because I do have like specific things that I know I only seek out when I am very, very sad.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, it would feed me some extremely soothing content for that time, and I would be like, oh fuck, really?
So
I didn't think it was that bad.
that's one of those other things. I'm like, what mood was I in that I must have searched for Wordle on TikTok, and somehow that has my interest in Wordle has gotten me into this very bizarre but very interesting direct pipeline of coin slot machines where you put the coins in the machine and it pushes the coins, and if all the coins fall down you get like a really big jackpot thing, and scratch lottery tickets. What the hell?
It's because so people have been playing Wordle on live.
Yes.
And TikTok,
just like
TikTok is like, this is gaming. and it's all clumped together in one category of gaming.
Yeah, because TikTok actually doesn't niche down really specifically. It has very broad categories, and it feels like it's really specific because if you're in that broad category, you're going to see a ton of stuff that is relevant to your specific interest within that category.
It's those three things. And considering that my interests are like cats, crochet and knitting, and gaming, and like I never get lives for those three things. I guess it's because it sends me like enough video content that it knows that like I'm not desperate for that.
I mean, I think that the reason you're not getting lives for those things is that nobody's watching those lives and gifting over and over again to the creators, so TikTok's not making money on those lives.
The only lives that get pushed are people that are really, really pushing for gifts.
I hate it. Oh God.
I remember there was one I saw right when TikTok started pushing lives really hard. I jumped in somebody's live for a little bit. They were playing Flappy Bird, and they kept like telling the chat to quit gifting them because it like pops up on the screen and it's fucking them up. And just like every time somebody gifted them, they were like, "No, don't do that. Stop giving me the flashy gifts," because like it makes people want to fuck him up.
It is,
and the way you do that is by spending $500.
Right. Oh my God.
To be fair, it's a pretty good tactic.
I kind of assume that also it was a pre-recorded Flappy Bird play.
Oh, probably.
Because I remember like sitting there thinking about it for a while, like I could do this, and then being like, no, I couldn't. I don't have the willingness to put on that affect. Like I would not be willing to hype gifts like that hard for any length of time.
I could run this Flappy Bird scam on TikTok. That seems like a very viable income stream.
Yeah, I feel like I very frequently have that thought process where it's like I see somebody doing something that's like wildly unethical and like clearly like I understand exactly how they're profiting by it and it looks super easy and I'm like I could do that, and then I think about it for a little bit and I remember that I don't like tricking people out of their money. It makes me uncomfortable to do that.
That's good, and that's a good thing about you. I'm just gonna reinforce that, and that's a good thing. I'm glad you feel bad swindling people. Because like I feel like 90% of the people who are like heavy duty live users, the people that are getting, they are fine with swindling people. They are perfectly okay with that. The live fortune telling on TikTok, almost all of it feels like a scam. There are very few people that are actually doing it. And there are a lot of people that are like, I don't know, if you pay me the most money within the next 2 minutes, I will do your reading now. And then it's like a bidding war of teenagers to try to get them to like get this random woman on TikTok to tell them if their crush also likes them.
Of course.
Yeah. Feels unethical.
Yeah.
When it's not just adults in the room.
It's tough to like figure out the space of like what is like tricking people out of their money and what is deliberately arranging true information in a way that maximizes the likelihood that someone will give you money.
Can you give me an example?
Like that time that I made a video where I said that I was where I opened with I'm been thinking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs because I'm hungry.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not a swindle.
I think that what I did there was entirely reasonable and ethical. I think what I do on the internet is essentially busking and like telling people, hey, you can give me money for this and that will help me survive. That's not an unethical thing to do.
It's your job.
Like, it's a coordinated charity. It's fine.
Right. But like there are ways that I can encourage people to perceive me that would make them more likely to want to give me money. And among those is poverty, which like I'm not lying. when I say, like, I wasn't lying when I said that I was fully out of food and was hungry. I had eaten like 2 meals in the past 2 days, like 3 days. But like choosing to emphasize that rather than choosing to emphasize the fact that I have a really nice computer, which, by the way, one of my friends bought me. I was not able to buy this computer on my own. I was working off of a 5-year-old laptop for the first like 9 months on TikTok.
I remember that.
Um,
Oh goodness.
but
Weren't you like, thank you for all the computer pieces? Someday I will have a fully functional computer. So you had to like build it all up. That was, oh.
But yeah, so like there are true things that I can mention that will make people more likely to donate, and there are true things that I can mention that will make people less likely to donate. And like choosing to arrange the information I put out into my content so that the information that makes people more likely to donate is centered. I don't think that's a scam. And I think that most people would agree that that's not a scam. I think the people who think that's a scam are just people who hate artists.
Yeah.
And like we all know from here on out, you could just call on your good friend business to reignite whatever you need.
You're a good friend, business person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Business person is good for money.
Figure out business person's pants, and then we're good to go.
Business person is very responsible and definitely has a real bank account. It's not. Hi. It's fine. It's all very normal.
Yeah, it's like Mercury and Gatorade again. Something too with how the critters are. Oh gosh, she's being patient for once. I'm going to throw the straw again.
This is content
My
creation
cat
under very ideal conditions.
With a straw. It's her favorite toy. I'm like never spending money on a toy again.
You shouldn't.
They want milk caps.
They want trash.
They do want trash.
But it's not. This is going back to it. There are.
Yeah.
And maybe this like all comes back around to like the community guidelines and the ways in which they've started pointing out like, okay, here are the things that we see as where the swindling is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Will it get enforced? Probably not. I'm never going to stop seeing those lives. Although we did stop seeing those lives of the same guy putting rubber bands on the watermelon.
Yes, thank God.
Because that was the time.
Yeah, with the with those lottery ones that keep coming across, if you take, I'm not sure what it is that they actually put on it, but they will put like basically that those whiteout strips on top of the dollar symbol, or should on the couple of occasions that I've gotten an international scratch off live across my feed, again over the pound sign or what have you. So long as you cover that up and you do not talk about the winnings, you can skirt through all the guidelines. I love it.
Is that how they do it?
That's how they do it. That's how they do it. And also, you never say the currency out loud either. Like, oh yeah, I could win this. Some people call it corn. Some people call it donuts. Some people
shouldn't call it corn. They shouldn't call it corn because
I know.
that has a whole different meaning on TikTok.
I know. The one time I was on this one where she was talking about corn, it's like, yeah, I got this many ears of corn now. And they're just kind of like, really, ma'am? Really, ma'am? And she's like, no, I'm not an accountant.
The way in which the TikTok brain rot has like infected us all so deeply. So we held this weekend, we held 2 of the 4 panel discussions that we're going to be holding. They were wonderful, by the way. They were excellent, and they're going to be up on ASU's YouTube channel. I got choked up during the disability one. Like, what a good goddamn time. But there was one.
If Ray's still in chat, Ray was one of our panelists and did an amazing job.
Ray is the one who forced, like, we introduced the concept of like, you can swear, it's okay, and you can be mean to TikTok, it's okay, TikTok can't hear you. And Ray wholeheartedly like embraced that, but censored herself on sex. Said segs,
Yes.
S-E-G-G-S, and I heard it said, and my brain went like, wow, we have gotten so used to censoring ourselves out loud on TikTok that we can't stop in real life.
Yes.
And it's like that Tumblr post where someone was like, I hate TikTok. All I do over there is like make all their words sound weird and they can't say anything. The censorship's really bad. And then almost immediately after Tumblr put out all the banned tags list. And the post was immediately followed up with, this did not age well.
Because people will do that in the Discord too, censor all of those words. And I'm like, guys, it's okay to be an adult here.
No, we can't say the words. We can't get out of the habit, because what if we slip on TikTok?
Oh man.
Hashtag Blurbo from my memes.
You wouldn't EBDB a Blurbo. Someone took the you wouldn't steal a wouldn't steal a
You wouldn't download a car.
It's not you wouldn't download a car, is it?
It was absolutely you wouldn't download a car. I fucking
Oh, they
remember.
haven't met Thingify, have they? Because you could probably 3D print a card.
I'm not. Okay, first of all, probably yes.
Yeah, I mean the correct response is fuck you, I would if I could.
Yeah.
I know that, but what I'm saying is like the actual image from like the anti-piracy ad that I'm thinking of is, I believe you wouldn't steal a DVD, but I'm not sure if it's steal or download. But anyway, it was that font, and it said you wouldn't EBDB a Blurbo.
Okay.
And that's the only thing I have in my head 90% of the time. Are you looking this up for me now?
Always.
Is you wouldn't steal a movie. Not you wouldn't steal a DVD. It's when you wouldn't steal a movie. And I would, and I have many times.
Mm.
But yeah,
I mean, I would steal so much more if when you stole something, it remained in the store as well as being in your hand.
Right? Like that's the.
Like imagine if we could just infinitely replicate objects. You wouldn't steal then, right? Like
I would.
If when you stole, it replicated the object.
All I could think
Not
of is
even
remove.
stealing then anymore, though.
What?
Is it really stealing at that point, though?
I mean, according to the government.
If we are in a place where we are able to replicate things like in an unlimited, in our Star Trek fucking future fantasy communist utopia, we're all living out in space. At that point, it's no longer stealing if you can just replicate it.
I mean, whether it's stealing is up to the government, and the government we have right now is really invested in scarcity. So if we have a post-scarcity economy, they're going to do everything they can to artificially enforce the existence of scarcity through laws, like how we achieved information post-scarcity in the 90s, and then they created new laws to recreate scarcity in movies and songs.
And that's
I still feel like
what?
This is another one of those reasons that they're coming up with like NFTs, because then they can kind of more accurately
because the
concept around that crap.
No, here's the thing, because the NFT bros are finally figuring out that scarce physical objects are technically more valuable than links to JPEGs. they're coming full circle. One of them made what they referred to as a real life NFT, and it was that like, oh, we talked about this before, and Watson looked up what the actual technique is called. But you know, when you get those planners from your school and you tilt them and the picture changes, it was that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he acted like he had invented that, and this was a real life NFT, and people were ripping this man to shreds on Twitter, as they should, where they were like, oh, they're figuring it out, they're evolving. Scarce visible objects technically have more value than a link to a JPEG that they don't even really own.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where's that movie, right? Because those people bought that book.
Oh, I forgot.
I'm waiting. I'm real excited.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot that they were like, yeah, this allows us to make Dune. Oh, they're stupid. That's so stupid. Anyway, I don't know that I have anything else to say about TikTok today.
Because it's like, thankfully, everything's been relatively low key. I mean, there were kind of more bans, whether it was a live ban or a permanent ban or a temporary ban in the past, like, especially over the weekend. It seems like they're really kicking up the threshold or something over the weekend. Because I got one friend who was banned permanently, and he's like so despondent over it. I'm just kind of like, guy, give it some time.
Can't imagine what international geopolitical situation might be influencing that.
Right, exactly. He wasn't even talking about that too, because he does talk about political commentary and he is interested in talking about that stuff, but he can't. Like he knows that he really shouldn't.
I mean,
they didn't give him the reason.
I've made this point before, but like what TikTok does when it's trying to suppress content about a particular thing is not target that thing. What it does is raise the threshold for everything with the expectation or intention that content about that thing will not tend to be popular the way that blander, more generic content is.
And again, that's still just like the mistake as old as time when it comes to all of our delightful social media platforms, is they just assume everybody is here. Everybody here is a good soul, and they've got nothing but pure sweet intentions with everything that it is that they do. No one would ever submit a false report. Nobody would ever dox somebody else. Like, you're here for a good time. You're not going to go burn down your favorite bar. Hello, it's the internet.
Also people do burn down bars sometimes.
I know.
Arson is real.
I feel like that just immediately gave me like they very much did kill Jesus vibes.
They very much did kill Jesus. That was a thing that did happen to him.
Yes, and Scotty was banned again too. Speaking of Jesus.
How many times has Scotty Wartooth been banned? How many times have they banned
He's keeping count, and he's still out of the creator fund for another 4 months.
I actually today, just like for fun, just went. If you don't know what meme we're talking about, this is the meme. They very much.
I need feminism, because when Jesus does a magic trick, it's a goddamn miracle. But when a woman does a magic trick, she gets burned at the stake.
Right.
Fabulous. I mean, they did also kill Jesus. That was a pretty significant thing that happened. Like, I understand where you're coming from here, but they very much did kill Jesus.
It was a pretty significant thing that happened.
It's one of my favorite posts on the internet.
That post gives me joy. I don't remember what I was saying anymore. No.
Banning stuff. Unbanning.
So I went through and I was looking at every single community guidelines violation I've ever had, every single negative interaction with TikTok, and screenshotting all of them for fun. And I was reminded of the time period in which I just kept getting muted over and over again, because that was just a way they kind of went about. It was a much sneakier way of like actually moderating the content. It was a way where they were like, this person consistently challenges their things and they get overturned. We're just gonna not give her that option. but looking at the whole total of all of my problems that I have had with TikTok, and the time span in which I've actually had consequences for those actions is very, very small compared to like the history that I have with TikTok. And thinking about how TikTok has handled bans in the past compared to how it handles bans now. And I don't know when the switch over really occurred, and I kind of want to figure that out. This is me just like saying this so we don't forget it.
Right.
Hi, Michael.
Hey, Michael, thanks for stepping in.
Hello. And like, I want to manifest answers, but again, from my observations with all the random people that I do know, it's not universally applied to everyone. So it's it's cool to like figure out your own timeline, but it also, especially for anybody else who might be watching this, just know.
I don't necessarily mean I mean like there's a shift in how the content was moderated. That went from you got your violation, then you appealed it and it was fine, and you got your violation and the strike system was in place.
I feel like it's always been here, but again, I think they tweaked the numbers. And like the only quasi timeline that I have is related to politics, because my friend Ghost, like, he was just getting like hammered with all of these violations 6 months up until the election. And then after the election took place, he would still get some violations, but not nearly as many. Even though like a month prior, he had like completely switched over his content. So it was somewhere in that territory until the end of 2020. That was hard. that he started noticing that kind of thing too. So I'm curious if that's around that same time frame for you as well. Because again, like, I just post cat videos, some card videos.
I think it is, and two, now suddenly I'm like, listen, everyone, just send me your screenshots of every community guidelines violation you've ever had. Put it in this form, and I will sift through that data. I will not. That's stupid, and I'm not going to give myself more labor. But this is something that I do kind of want to think about.
That might be a good project to ask somebody else to help with. But again, if we have like a Airtable, let's find us an intern who's like really into it.
If y'all want to help us accomplish more things like that, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/TOCA, dropping the link in chat right now. We use the Patreon money to fund things like our Airtable, which is how we manage all of those forms. It is paying the panelists at the panels this past weekend and this coming weekend, and we use it to research the platform.
I know I need to delegate. I know I have to find people to delegate to.
Yeah.
I would never. We would pay our interns. Hopefully.
And if you're not on the TOCA Discord, here is the link to that.
And this weekend we have the 3rd and 4th of our roundtable talks coming up. That is with our fat creators and our queer creators. I'm going to be moderating the queer creators panel. Eli for the World on TikTok. Eli is going to be moderating the fat creators panel. We have a really, really wonderful lineup. And if you want to know more, go and click that link. Please pre-register because it's how ASU is able to like understand how much interest there are in these panels and if it is like technically worth their time as an institution to keep running them. And two, it's also so that we are prepared for however many people are going to be there. And if we need to line up our own questions or if we can rely more on the audience questions for the Q&A portion.
And also, here's a note, the link automatically goes out 24 hours before the event for people who registered. I believe that Liz can manually send it out again, and she does that about an hour before the event. But if you're interested in going, pre-register now. Because we had somebody on Saturday pre-register at like 30 minutes of, and she didn't get the link.
They are going to be up. So the two panels that happened, their estimate at ASU was going to be it's going to be up on the ASU channel by midweek. We wanted to make sure that they were fully closed captioned and accurately captioned, because it felt hypocritical to do a panel on disability and not do that. But that does mean there's a little bit of a delay.
And as they get up on YouTube, I will be updating the talks page on officialtoca.com to contain embeds of the videos.
Yay. So nice. So classy.
Thanks, everybody, for coming. Have a great night and see you on Thursday.
Bye.